Hey everyone, welcome back, and if you're new, welcome to the channel. Glad to have you. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button so we can be friends. Today we're going to make the heart balloon pop-up card in Design Space. So you can see I've already got it on there. This one is located under Projects. You can narrow it down just by going into Cards. As of the making of this video, it is showing on the front page, but obviously when Design Space gets more cards added to it, it's going to drop down in the list, so you could always do a search for heart balloon. And right now it comes up as the first one. So let's quickly click on the project. You can see we've got 6 different colors of cardstock, and you also need a fine tip pen. Gonna pop out of here and just give you one more tip on this one. So the main part of the card and the insert of the card are bigger than the 8.5 by 11 cardstock. So I shrunk mine down to fit the size that I have, because I have more colors in the 8.5 by 11 versus 12 by 12. So that's why I did that. If you've got all the colors in 12 by 12, kudos to you. If you do not, and you're not sure how to shrink it down, just highlight everything. So after you've ungrouped it, I got rid of the envelope. And on the bottom right corner are the 2 arrows facing opposite. You just click on that with your mouse and you can move it in and out. So get it to a proper size that will work for you. So right now we've got the main card just under 5 inches and 10 inches. And you can see with the blue insert, you can't detach the 2 layers, so keep that in mind as well. So I'm going to get this cut out and we will get this put together. Here's all the pieces cut out. So this one is not as many pieces as some other tutorials I've done, so you're probably going, yay! This one's not too bad to put together. First, we're actually going to start with gluing some pieces. So Cricut doesn't quite have it in the same order. As you know, when I do these tutorials, I try and do it the most common sense way. So you've got 3 white hearts. The very little white heart goes on the front of the card. It has the pen marks on it. These cute little white hearts are going to get glued onto the pink hearts. So go ahead and do that on your end, unless you're watching the whole tutorial first to see how it's done. Line it up best you can. Get the other one glued on. There we go. We'll move these ones off to the side to dry. Actually, this one needs a little bit more glue. Don't be chintzy on your glue, but don't use too much, because if you do, you might get the warping in your paper. Okay, we're going to move the insert off to the side for now. Let's move some of our balloon pieces out of the way. Okay, so you have these 2 pieces here. They do match up opposite, so they've got some score lines in there. So you want to fold your score lines. And you're going to make a little half box. Do the same on the second one. There we go, 2 half boxes. And then they line up together, big side and little side, and they get glued or taped together. Whichever way that you're doing it will work. I'm just going to use glue on this. And you want to line them up as well as possible, because this is what the balloon pieces get attached to. So there's one side. Let's get the other side. Okay, we can put that one off to the side to dry. We are going to attach our inserts to the card. And we'll attach our cute little heart to that as well. So there's the front of the card. It's got some cute drawings on it. Again, I've just used 65-pound cardstock. That's the most common cardstock I use. And your inserts, when they go in, they do have a curved edge. The curved edge goes along the outside and they just get centered right in the center of the card. So I'm going to use my regular tape gun for that. Just have to grab it. Let me get you in the screen there. Getting ahead of myself. There's one. Now you got to remember you've got the cutout. So I like to use a little bit of glue around there. And then the rest I'll use as tape. So this is a broad tip pen tip. There's 2 tips on it. And I like this one just for the fine tip. I don't ever use the broad tip, or I try not to. I find it comes out too clunky almost. That should be good. We'll line the other side up. And remember, when you're using the tape, you kind of only have the one shot to get it on there. Now we can add our little white heart with the pen on it. We'll use glue on that one so I can get it as centered as possible. Press down on my glue. So put this one off to the side to let that dry. And now we're going to come back to our square piece. So the order that we're looking at is like this. So hopefully that makes sense. That's how everything gets attached. These last pieces just get glued on, but we'll get to that point. Okay. So this is the top part. I found that it's easiest to do this upside down. So take your first pink piece, make sure you put the pen ink on the outside, and you've got 3 slits, 3 slits. So you're lining up on the inside of one of the 3rd slits. Wiggle it in there best you can. So there's one done. We got the pen on the outside. We'll take the next pink one. And again, make sure to have the pen on the outside facing the opposite direction. And you're going to go to the other side and put that one in closest to the pink one you've already done. So just double check that you got them facing the right way. Save yourself a bit of heartache after. Next we're going to go with the next one, the teal with the pen on it, and just do the same thing. We're going the next available on the inside 2 slits, pen facing out. And as long as you're holding it upside down, you don't have to worry about the pieces falling out. Flip it around. Second side, same as the first side. Now we get our lighter kind of mint color, has no writing on it, so there's no wrong way. You're just using the last 2 slits to line those ones up. there we go. So it's pretty firm. It's not going anywhere. And now you're just going to glue these ones right on the top. And you can see it lines up really nice at the bottom. You just have to take a little bit of care at this point. I probably went a little too far along the edge there, or you can glue on there. I'm just sticking my finger inside, giving it a bit of a pinch. We'll put the glue on this one. See, this is a little more trickier to put it on that one, so the heart is easier. Okay, we're going to give this a second to dry, or your hearts are going to fall off. So now that we've given that top section a chance to dry, we're going to attach the bottom. So you've got these two tabs here. These have a score line in them and they fold outwards. So we'll quickly do that before we finish the box of this guy. So these two pieces slide in on either side. These are just the bottom support pieces. So we'll get those finagled in there. So be careful, there's nothing holding the big pieces in so they can accidentally slide out. So there's one. There's the second one going in. Let me spin that around. Okay, so now it can stand up. It's fine. Make sure it will close sideways and open back up, because our next part is attaching the base of the hot air balloon. So this is the top. We've got a little tab there, and we've got a little slit that the tab tabs into. So fold inwards on your score lines. As well as your tab. So you're going to be making a square and the tab just pops in. You're going to have to finagle it. You don't have to glue that piece. So that is how that one goes together. So just doing it as an FYI, because you're actually just going to put it around the base. And it's just going to stay in place. So I know it's hard to see what I'm doing. Let me go on the side. Yeah, for sure. The first time I do it, no problem. Try and do it again on camera. Okay, it is in there. So again, it just sits there. Let's put our tabs back out. So it's the weight of gravity that makes it sit there. Okay, we got our little cloud with the box. Let's fold in our tabs there. Okay, so you got your box all lined up. This part's a little tricky. So you want the box to fit over the square opening. We're going to flip it upside down. And then see how the tabs are there? That's how we're going to glue or tape them. So you want it to fit in there very snugly, the best you can. I'm going to use glue again. We'll do that side. Flip it around. Other side. We'll give that a second to dry and attach it to the card. Okay, now for the fun part. So we're attaching this one right in the center. As I do with most of the cards, I just line it up, hold it in place. Now, instead of my big tape runner, I'm going to use this smaller one. If you use this one, be careful. If you press too hard, the edges will make an indentation, and we don't want that after all the work to put this card together. Yeah, this one's a picky one. Oh, I moved it. There comes my tape. Okay, hold it in place. Shut that side of the card. Flip it over, do the back. You can't see, but I've made little dents in the white, so I'm not super happy with that. So again, if you get the Tombow one, be careful. I can't think of the name of the one I had previously, but it worked great. So maybe just this one Tombow is not my friend. So there, let's see what this is going to look like. Here is the finished card. Don't you just love the front? I think that is so cute. Love it. Probably my favorite part on the card, except for the pop-up. You know, we're doing this card for the pop-up. But there we go. So mine's a little off-centered, but see the basket just kind of sits in there, so you don't have to worry about that. I think the front is fine. The only thing that worries me on this card is the mint heart is just, there's nothing holding it in there. It doesn't have the bottom part like the other colors do. So they can slide down, I have noticed, opening and closing mine. I think it would be super cute if you got your Cricut to write like a I love you or something on the front hearts. You could definitely do that. You could even get this cloud here, draw some little hearts on there. But what an awesome card, especially for Valentine's Day around the corner. I know who I'm giving this to, my special Valentines. But leave a comment and let me know who you're going to make this for. You know, for your spouse, loved ones, or a special Valentine that no one knows about. Whatever the case may be. But it's a cute card and it's pretty easy to put together. So thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to watch this video. I really appreciate it. And I appreciate you. Until next time.